Bryce says we're on. We're on. Welcome to dos&d Uncut for this month, the month of probably July by the time this goes out. We've had a busy day of podcasting. This is podcast number 4 for us.
Trying to bring the energy into
so
this.
So we're keeping the energy up.
Yep.
Dos, welcome. How are you?
Thanks, mate. Feeling good, feeling excited.
Yeah.
It's been a big day.
Been
a really big day. As the people know, we batch record.
Yep.
If those that don't know, that means we record multiple episodes in one day. We've had 3 interviews before this. Probably the best part of the day is right now.
Yeah, well, actually, everybody listening now, if you are a loyal dos&d listener, you would have heard the previous 3 episodes.
Oh, true.
So you would have heard Razor Raymond Chamberlain.
Razor Raymond, is that what you said?
You would have heard Anthony Lehman, better known as Lemo.
Yep.
And you would have heard...
not to be confused with Darren Lehman.
No, not to be
the
confused. Dos
coach.
was getting very confused before that interview.
But I didn't call him that.
And of course, Andrew Rule, as someone else called him the ruler.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, and that was a great episode. All 3 very different, but you know what? They'll be referenced a bit later in one of my segments, which I've got coming up. You don't know what that's about.
No.
And that's what's exciting, because you've got some stuff for me today, and I've got some stuff for you.
I do.
So what can
the
listeners look forward to?
What can they look forward to?
Yeah, what do we got at Cup coming?
Well, we've gone back to the well of our beautiful audience.
Yep.
And I don't know why I thought of this the other day. I said, what is awkward that shouldn't be awkward?
Yep.
And we were kind of talking about some things that shouldn't be awkward. We thought, let's put that to the beautiful dos&d community.
Yep.
And we got another great response.
Thank you, everybody.
So for everyone that's sent theirs in, thank you. We're going to be reading that out at some stage. What else is upcoming?
Well, you've got a list of some description, because unfortunately a big announcement we made on the last dos&d Uncut was our football club and Dos's role there. Well, unfortunately, something's happened in the last few weeks, and by the time this episode comes out, it's probably all ancient history. But
yeah, I got the arse.
Yeah, Dos got eliminated arse.
And I will dive into that later and throw them well and truly under the bus.
Well, I'm still a contracted player, so I can't say much.
I won't say too much.
No. But he's coming back with a vengeance, with some interesting.
Basically, I've got ways that people got given the arse, some funny reasons why.
Yeah, that they probably shouldn't have. I've got a few topical questions for you that you don't know what's coming. Now, I don't even know how to explain that segment. It's going to be fast-paced, but I've got a few things on my phone that's happened to us in the last month or so. Yeah. I need you to quick fire them.
And then I've got a brain teaser for you.
One?
Yeah. No. I've got many brain teasers, but the segment is more around, riddles and...
Brain strain.
Yeah, basically a bit of brain training.
Yeah, beautiful.
Did you ever play that game on Nintendo DS?
No, I didn't.
No.
Anything else today?
Bryce is nodding his head.
Oh, Bryce.
And then actually, no, one more before we move to the next... Well,
I know, but we don't have any other segments, do we?
No, I don't think so.
No,
that's
cool.
it.
Yeah.
But we've got some exciting news, don't we?
Yes, hit me, Dos.
Our good friends at Golfbox.
Yep.
They have recommitted for another 6 months.
Yes.
Woo! Very, very excited about that. We love the guys at Golfbox, and they love us too. So otherwise, they wouldn't be going ahead and doing it again. So once again, we couldn't do the show without amazing people like them, but it's going to look a little bit different. There's going to be a lot more happening with Golfbox.
Well, familiar or loyal listeners of the show will be aware that each week we play What's in the Golfbox with our guests, and we've played it amongst ourselves, but we've probably exhausted the questions.
Yeah, I reckon
us.
a lot of the listeners and watchers go, they've drawn that one out again.
Yeah, so we went to Golfbox. We said, look, we want to up this a little bit, because there's so much we can do here. So as of the very next episode, the next time you tune in to dos&d with a new guest, we can't reveal who.
Not Hugh.
You're not Hugh again.
He's been on before.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. But we're going to play another game off camera. It's still going to be part of the show, but it's going to be a bit of a putting challenge, isn't it?
A bit of a putting green. Like you're right there?
Yeah, there's a little bug or something, yeah.
Activation,
your favourite word.
I love that word, don't I?
You do.
Because every time you try to explain it to people, I go, yeah, it's going to be an activation.
And I'm like, but yeah, does that really explain what it is?
Well, yeah, it's an activation. It means you go over to an area where things are moving, it's happening. So we'll be taking our guest over. We haven't obviously put together the...
We've got one more meeting.
Yeah, we haven't put together the complete formalities yet, but got a bit of work to do. But essentially it's going to almost be like a challenge with potentially a leaderboard with guests past and present.
Grand prize for the winner.
Grand prize.
So that's something to look forward to. But as always, we need to thank Golfbox. That website is www.golfbox.com.au for, they're the best in the business.
Yeah, and it gets to you fast and free.
That's the best part.
So Golfbox are based in Western Australia. We might head over there maybe at some stage. I don't know, this year, or we'd love to do that. But yeah, fast and free
Fast and free.
from WA.
That's the best part. Well, as you know, they're very generous to the guests that come on the show.
They are.
The guests never leave empty-handed from Golf Box. We're very, very lucky
It's
about
always
that.
nice seeing the reaction of the guests when you hand over the voucher and they go, ooh.
Oh, wow, yeah. But what Golf Box have done now, and we can't thank them enough, is that they're actually going to get you guys, listeners involved, listeners and viewers. If you love your golf, we're going to run a little competition soon. We're not going to say exactly what it is right now, but stay tuned because there's going to be a goodie bag of golf material and you do not want to miss it.
More than just a goodie bag.
More than a goodie bag. Limited edition stuff.
I think it involves a big brand called Adidas.
Yes, and we might even throw in some of the dos&d apparel that will be hitting your stores very shortly too.
Yeah.
We might throw that in to make it something real worthwhile.
Yeah, hopefully by this stage, it'll be up and running.
Yes, so apart from that,
Let's get in.
Let's get stuck in.
Well, as the introduction, we might have mentioned the footy club that we were at together. There's only one of us there solo.
I know.
Dos&D is no longer Dos&D at St Kilda City. Actually, no, beep that name of that club out. It's now just D there.
Yeah, well, I still love the club.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me, not so much. No. Basically, whatever happened. But I was sadly let go.
This is the hard thing about doing a podcast because we went and announced it all, and then we're like, we actually have to de-announce it now. So unfortunately, there's probably no more talk of the club anymore on the dos&d show, but that's okay. Unfortunately, Dos was let go.
For reasons that I'm not quite sure about. And it was handled very, very poorly. Let's just say that. But
can I just quickly say that the reflections right now are of Wade Dos Custerson.
That's not what you told me on the phone, Daddy.
Just if anyone's listening and viewing, they're not my views. Thank you.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. Yeah, you love that football club. But it's made me think. Okay, the way it was handled, not great.
No,
I'm sure there's been plenty of other poorly handled redundancies.
Yeah. No one likes being sacked.
No. Definitely not. And I don't.
No.
Didn't handle it overly well. I didn't. But for those from St Kilda City, if you are listening, I still love you boys. But I'm going to list off a few. Sorry.
Go on. No, keep going.
I've gone and done a bit of digging.
Yes,
and I've found some, more humorous sides of sackings and people getting the lemon and sauce.
So is this they shouldn't have been sacked for an offence, or is this how they got?
Some of them they definitely deserved it.
But this is how they've been told.
Yeah,
or? Okay.
It's more just seeing the funny side.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's hear it.
So the first one, new guy gets hired for an office job. Day one, after an hour of being there. He shits himself at his desk.
Oh.
He goes home without saying anything to anyone and doesn't come back until the next day. So he's gone home without telling anyone because he shit himself.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and reply to emails with that stench in my bum.
Will McKenzie.
Management asked him to leave. It took about 3 days for the smell to go away completely.
What?
Yeah, wow.
Wait, so hang on. He's gone through his pants.
Maybe.
What kind of office job?
It just says office job. So it's obviously just gone.
That is rogue.
This is a good one. The story goes, one of the guys on my team was drinking with his buds watching Thursday night football. So I'm assuming American football. After, in quotation marks, fuckload of beer, so he says, he was on his phone and thought he was sending a snarky email responding to another member of our team. Instead, he was actually responding to an executive VP with a similar name that was well known for being a hard ass. Apparently, up your butt with a coconut was not a positively received response to her. Oh, God. He was gone by the end of the day.
So let's just dissect him a little bit. So is this the old golf box question whenever you send a pic or a text to the wrong person?
100%.
So, yeah,
He sent an email to someone. Why would you send an email? Like when you're pissed, why would you send an email, to be honest? Who emails outside of work hours for
have you ever sent in work, in previous jobs, sent a wrong email?
I've done the classic.
You're talking about the boss?
Oh, I haven't got. But what I've done is I've clearly sent it. Like when I'm typing in, there must be a keyboard shortcut where you can send it.
Yeah.
But I was in the middle of typing and I've sent something.
Oh, yeah, halfway through.
Or I've got the name wrong, or...
Because you actually always get nervous when I'm writing an email, because I always put the name in first.
Yeah.
Which I understand silly, but you always like to write
I've made that mistake many a time.
Well, what I used to do in my old job is, when you're talking about people, always use code words. Code names.
Smart. The next one is very short and sweet, but it does make sense. I think it's a harsh penalty. I got fired from my plumbing job because I said it smells like shit in here when we unplugged a bathroom pipe.
How can you get the sack for that? That's ridiculous.
I mean, it is pretty funny.
Oh, God.
A few years back, I worked in a supermarket. A lady started working there, and immediately after she started working, she told our company that her mum died, right? She was allowed 3 weeks paid leave. She went abroad on a holiday for those 3 weeks. During her time away, her mum came into the shop and was telling one of the cashiers that her daughter worked in the store. No. And the cashier asked who, and the mum told the cashier the daughter's name. Cashier was confused as the lady said her mum was dead. The cashier reported it to the management, and as soon as the lady returned from her holiday, she was given the arse.
Oh, that's
fucking piss poor.
So wait, why?
So the
yeah,
daughter,
but why did she use that card? Just for sympathy?
Maybe.
Some people, genuinely, like I've known people that come up with these ridiculous stories that they've got cancer or something like that to get sympathy.
Yeah.
It happened at our school.
With the guy.
Someone we went to school with. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a love story.
Like, explain the story.
I think what happened.
Obviously, no names.
This is allegedly. This is all fiction, of course. But allegedly, what happened was, I believe this gentleman, teenager at the time, he told the girl that he fancied that he had terminal cancer, and that it's a secret, and I don't have long to live, possibly.
Please have sex with me.
Maybe I'm like, it's my dying wish. I don't know why he used it, but then he had to retract. Eventually, and say, well, actually, my bowels are perfectly fine. They're not black and they're not rabbit droppings. Anyway, move on.
They're not black and they're not rabbit droppings. What is that, the sign of terminal bowel cancer?
Is that bowel cancer?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Yeah.
God, that's funny. My best friend at the time came into work one morning and saw a post-it note on his monitor. It said something along the lines of, please remove your things. Your final check will be mailed to you. That's a pretty harsh one.
That's harsh.
That's very...
short and sweet.
I knew a guy who got employed at a factory for like 3 months before he got fired. And basically, he was working 40-hour weeks. And literally all the time he was working, he was actually just sleeping on the roof. They only found out when some repairman went to repair the roof and saw him laying there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. There's a couple more, but
I'll
leave it at that.
What are some reasons you think it's just like the people are generally unfair when they get a redundancy? Because normally what happens is it's money, right? They're trying to cut costs.
Yeah, that's always what it is.
That's typically what it is, but they need to come up. Typically need an excuse because they can't say, "Oh, we're running out of money."
Yeah. Don't know.
No,
don't know. No.
I noticed.
Well, all I can say is there's still a bitter taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I heard a phrase uttered from your mouth. I hope the beeps get relegated.
Yeah, and I do wish that. Nah. I probably shouldn't use this platform to express my anger, should I? Nah.
Probably not, but it's funny.
Nah.
Again, this reflects his views, not mine.
Nah. Wish them all the best.
Yeah.
Some of the people
us all the best.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I'm still part of the club.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's your favourite time of the week, dos&d Uncut, but we couldn't do this without our good friends at Fleet Plan Hire Solutions.
Fleet Plan Hire, the #1 earth-moving equipment in Australia. If you need it, they have it. Whether it's truck hire, plan hire, fleet hire, everything. They've got it, don't they?
Yeah, and on top of that, the best customer service. So visit Chris and the team today and make sure you tell them dos&d sent you. www.fbh.com.au. Back to Uncut. Awkward. This man to my right does it better than most.
Am I? No. Actually,
you're not.
No, in all honesty, am I a bit awkward?
No, you're not awkward.
Oh,
That's as soon as I said it, I'm like, that's actually an unfair
assumption.
Look, everyone's a little bit awkward in some ways. I have seen you be awkward before.
Can you remember a time?
Oh, a few. One is talking to a girl at a bar about horticulture. One night.
But you weren't in the conversation.
With absolute
where
this girl had no interest in horticulture.
I relayed that
plants
conversation back to you, so you don't know if it was awkward. Can you remember a time like where you were next to me and like something awkward happened?
They would have. Well, maybe sometimes. Oh, we both do this with guests. Sometimes we might mispronounce a name, or there's always times where there's always awkwardness. It's part of life, but. There's normally reasons to be awkward, but we have gone to the well and we found some reasons. Actually, we haven't. You guys have written in of times that you find things awkward, but really it shouldn't be.
And I think this list could go on and on
Oh,
forever
yeah.
because they just everyday things can be awkward
Yeah.
if done in the wrong way
Yeah.
or said in the wrong manner.
Especially in the world we live in now, I think like people are so hyper aware of doing everything correct.
Well, have you heard of the spotlight effect?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but relay it.
Basically, what it is, it's when you feel like the whole world, like you feel like everyone is watching everything you do.
Yeah.
So basically, you're walking down the street, or
Well, you're a people watcher.
Oh, I love people
Yeah.
watching. It's one of my biggest hobbies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I like people watching if I'm like at the airport, for example.
Or if he's in halfway through a conversation with someone. Often I'm talking to him and then suddenly just drifted away. Oh, this bloke's walking. Oh, cool.
Oh, look, it's Sean Higgins from the Western Bulldogs. Well, that maybe is why I people watch, because
Yeah.
I've got some weird
Good
skill
eye.
at spotting footballers
Sixth sense.
from a million miles away.
Yeah.
But the listeners have sent in some examples of what they think is awkward when it really shouldn't be that
You
awkward.
want to start with a couple of what we believe is awkward
Yeah,
first?
you go for it.
Well, I was thinking about this, and I tell you what I really find awkward is airplanes. And I find when you get on a plane, I always hope, I'm not, everybody's like this, you always hope the seats next to you do not get filled. And I'm bad at always making eye contact as people walk down the aisle that I'm just so desperate that they're not looking for that number.
Yeah.
And then, so it's always that eye contact, and when you're late on the plane and you're trying to like,
Actually, I just thought of something awkward that you do.
yeah,
No, it's when we're walking, if we're walking down the
I know what you're gonna
street,
say.
instead of both of us going to the left and letting the people walk through on the right, he walks to the right. So the people walk down the middle.
Yeah, because it means they don't have to move.
No, but
I'm courteous. It's
Wait,
being courteous to them.
Yeah, but it's more awkward because now these people are walking in the middle of us who are together. It's just awkward.
It's nice.
It's awkward.
It's polite.
Tell you what's awkward.
What?
When you're watching a movie or a show with your mum and dad,
Oh, it's
and a
horrific.
sex scene comes
That's a very good one. I think most people find that awkward.
on. Oh,
I don't think that's a strange.
no, well, yeah,
Yeah.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
And you
yeah.
know, you're all watching it.
Yep.
What do? You pretend that you don't care, or like you can cut the tension in the air with a knife.
Oh, it's horrible. I've told you, I think I've said this on the podcast. I always had this weird thing. That a very unlikely event that I'd become a director of a movie that I wouldn't put sex scenes in when I was a kid.
Wait, what?
I used to think when I'd be
When I make it as a producer.
No, not. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just that thought. It's like, if ever I went down that industry, I would not do this because of that one. That for this reason.
Do you recall a moment, like a movie that you might have been watching or show?
I even feel awkward with kissing scenes and stuff. I know when
Same.
when it's a kiss and it goes on and on and on and on. Even to this day, I'm like, okay, we get it. You know. But it can also be, if you're a single person, it can also be handy if you've got the Netflix and chill vibe. Then you kind of want those kind of movies.
There's one other one I want to share, because before we jump into the fans and what
Yeah.
they've given to us, but and this may be because I'm a bit more unfit than you, but when you're walking up some type of hill, walking, right?
Yeah.
It's a steep enough hill that like you get to the top and you might be with someone else, but you're out of breath, but you don't want them to think you're out of breath.
That's a good one.
Like you're trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Like trying really hard to trying to talk while you're like just a touch out of breath. It's not your puff.
No, I know.
But you're just like-
you just don't want to lose you don't want them to go, oh, he's out of breath.
Because you go, oh, he's walked up a hill and he's fucked.
It's even like walking with someone you're not really that well, like you don't know that well.
different paces, or
No, it's more escalator versus stairs, and you feel guilty for taking the escalator in front of them
Very
because you're trying to
true.
impress them.
Yeah.
But then going up an escalator with somebody else, going up at the exact same time, that's awkward too. Yeah. if you
I
don't
mean,
know
I've been the type of person that's ordered a salad because someone else has, you know?
Yeah,
Because I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I want them to think I'm healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to be perceived as this like unbelievable
Yeah,
discipline.
I'll look after myself.
Yeah. All right. Should we jump into what some
Yeah,
of the
come on, give me
viewers-
some.
So again, the question was things that are awkward that shouldn't be.
Yep.
So these are some everyday things. Now we're going to start this off. He wrote in last time. God bless him. Jack Tossell, former guest of the show. I love this. Just simply talking to girls. And when you dissect it, it's actually spot on. Like, it shouldn't be awkward. It should not be awkward if
If you're a single man,
If you're a single man and there's a single woman, it should not be awkward to go and just have a normal conversation.
what's the setting? Like, is it awkward going at a bar, any time, a cafe?
Yeah, well, I think any place where you almost have to, like
It's
when
encouraged.
yeah, but also like when there's two factors to this. The first one is in a place that's, say it's a coffee shop, you almost have to prove that you're not hitting on somebody. Like you either have to bring up you got a partner or something to prove that you're not trying to, or there's the
Yeah,
other.
we get it, mate. You've got a girlfriend.
Yeah. But then the other setting is where you're at like where you're trying to pick up, but you don't want to seem like you're picking
There's
up.
a very funny story, actually. Me and Dee were out one night, and we're out in Richmond somewhere, and we were both single at the time, I think. And we were both so like, it was actually pathetic.
It was pathetic.
And
we were out of the game for a couple of years.
yeah,
I'd
we
say.
were.
Yeah.
And we're sitting,
It was our first night out, I reckon.
we're having a beer, and we were just sitting on the bar.
Oh, this is.
And across the bar, we
stop.
saw this bloke, and like he was talking to these, these girls just kept walking up to this guy,
Yeah.
and talking with like who is-
No, when he says these girls, not the same girls. He's talking like every girl in this venue is going up to this bloke, and he's not moving. He's sitting at the end of the bar. He's not moving.
We're thinking, where can we get that kind? Why are they coming over here?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
what are we giving off?
yeah.
You know?
Do we smell that bad?
And
But what we worked out is he was doing little nose hand signals that he was selling some special pixie dust.
Devil's dandruff.
Devil's
maybe.
dandruff he was
Yeah.
selling. But again, why is it awkward to go and approach a woman?
I know, because you always think I need to say something to get myself off the mark,
Yeah.
but you don't.
Yeah. Like, well, mate, I gave it a go, and
Yeah.
I ended up walking away with my tail between my legs and telling her that I was in horticulture.
I think the line was, if you want to know anything, about horticulture, I'll just be over there.
Yeah, I
Which is
don't
a
work
great
in that
story,
industry
like.
anymore, funnily enough.
Matthew Schwigger, we love him.
Yeah.
When someone has something on their face and you can't find the right time to tell them, that's a good one. How do you tell?
I don't find that as awkward because
But what about somebody you don't know well?
I think I would just be straight up. I'd just go, mate, you got a bit of mayo on your chin.
What about something on their teeth or something?
Oh, yeah, teeth. I actually think that's funny. Like,
Really?
and letting it go. Like,
See, yeah,
unless it's.
but it's
my
hard
mum.
because do you tell the person there's something on your face, or
No, you just go, mate, just a little something.
but it's also awkward if you don't tell them and then they go away and they look in the mirror and they go, great,
Why
I
didn't
just
you
had a
tell me?
whole conversation.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. How do you. Kingston_watches. This is a good one.
This is a great one.
When the cops pull up beside you at the lights. So when you're at a red light and the cops pull up, like all of a sudden, like even if it's them pulling up next to you or they've pulled someone over and you're driving past as well, like you're just always on edge.
I know, you always have to prove you're doing the right thing. I like to, it's stupid. I put two hands on the wheel and look straight, like to prove that I'm.
Yeah, nothing's going on
Nothing's
here.
happening. I'm not doing anything wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
The worst used to be, I tell you when it used to be bad, COVID.
Yeah.
When you had a cop behind you and you're like,
I got pulled over for the first time ever about 6 months ago when me and Garni were driving back from Queensland, and it was our last night in this little town. And I had to go up up into the town to get pizzas that we ordered. And I was in this town. I'd picked up the pizzas. I'd driven out, and I'm touching my phone on the dashboard, and I got pulled over. And I pulled over, and I'm like, I'm fucked. And he goes, I wind down the window. He goes, just random breath test, mate. And I did it. He goes, a couple of pizzas there, I see. And I go, yeah, man. He goes, hey, enjoy them. I'm thinking, I'm about to lose my license. So everything's all good.
remember when I was driving that old car and the electric window wouldn't come down? So when I had to do a breath test, I had to open the window. I had to open the door. The car door. So I got pulled over one day. And no, it was a breath test, and the cop and I'm trying to signal that my window won't go down. So as I've opened the door, two police have jumped back and they pulled like guns, like they thought I was going to attack or something. And I said, mate, no, my window doesn't work. Oh, bizarre. Is Brooke C. Drum. She's written in two, and they're both very good. First one is classic. Walking back after your turn at bowling.
Oh,
that is spot on.
makes my skin crawl.
Like you don't know where to
Even
look.
if it's a strike, like good or bad, doesn't matter. It's terrible.
It's one of the worst things in the world.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's you got to be an idiot about it, in my opinion, because it's so awkward. You come back and you just do something silly.
Yeah, but
Little dance, little like.
but it's funny once, but then when you do it, like you have to do it 10 to 20 times.
Yeah,
The other one she wrote in, this is great, realizing you're walking in the wrong direction, having to turn around. I misread that. she's correct, but I actually read that as walking with somebody. You know when you say goodbye to somebody, and then yep, see you
Then
later,
you're walking.
and where's your car? Oh, it's this way. You go, oh, for fuck's sake, and you got to walk.
That's
Continue that
awkward.
conversation.
That's really awkward.
That's horrible.
We've got Lockie Tonkin coming in and out of public bathrooms.
Yeah.
That to me isn't too bad.
I think what he might mean there is when you're trying to get around somebody.
Like bumping into them.
Yeah, and that's kind of.
Actually, I want to jump in. The next one, which is Paul Satterley, who's a former guest of the show. He's actually a relative of yours.
Mm-hmm.
He's just written Dan's fake tan.
I don't fake tan. So.
Well, you do, and that's okay.
Yeah, I do.
It looks great.
Paul, he's right. He points it out. He does point it out quite often, and it's always when it's come up a little bit too dark. And unfortunately, this round was a bit too dark. So, Sats, I hear you loud and clear. We're all in this together. But second, Lil, I can't ever pronounce it. I'm just going to say his name, Will Lewis. Sing at a cafe/restaurant by yourself waiting for your friend.
So I don't think that's awkward.
It depends how long.
And it depends what your approach. Like,
yeah.
Means it can be awkward, but I also feel like you can look at that as a positive and go, not to get too deep here. I'm comfortable
in my own skin.
Comfortable in my own skin, sitting here waiting.
I agree. But
it is awkward.
It's if it's but it's also, I don't like when I'm like, when you've got to make the call. Do I text them or call them?
Yeah.
Have they forgotten? Am I in the wrong spot?
This one I'm not sure about. So Marit Gregg, he's written clench in Muay Thai. What does that mean? Is Muay Thai a
Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
So clinch, is that clinching your...
Is that clenching your ass?
Bryce is a man of the world. Bryce, what do you reckon?
Yeah, you can talk.
That is awkward. That is awkward, especially if you're sparring.
Imagine me and you having a little wrestle. You've got what?
Like a serious one.
Yeah, and you've got me in a grapple move, and my head is like in your
balls.
Fucking balls or something.
Yeah,
that would be awkward.
It's awkward. Just listening to two men breathing together, win their way through it. Ralph Travels, former guest, not guest, but friend of the show. I relate to this too. Shitting in someone else's house as soon as you arrive.
That's a big no-no to me.
Oh yeah, hold it in.
You have to hold it in.
Yeah.
Wow, my voice went high then. But what if you're busting?
It's hard.
Like, what do you like?
I don't like pooing.
Like me, right? Right before the guest arrived today, or one of our guests, I like every time I have to do a poo. I run off to the toilet, and I specifically said, please, don't play any tricks on me. And I'm taking, number twos, and I hear D go, "Oh, hey, the guest's name, how are you?" And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, they're here." I did the quickest wipe I've ever done in my life. Not even sure if I finished wiping, to be honest. No, I did.
Is that about it?
Is that all of them?
There's a couple more, but they're not that good.
There's one more, which I can't even pronounce that username. A Junior 1869, asking a girl to be your girlfriend. Now,
how old's this user though?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's as awkward as what it seems.
Actually, don't know.
This is a good one, and again, I've found a few online myself. When you try and move out of the way for someone, but then they move out of the way for you, and then you just end up doing the dance.
Yep, famous.
So, and then what do you say? Oh, we're dancing. You know, the classic. Going on a first date and pretending to be surprised by everything, as if you didn't already look up their life story on every social media. I've got a dog named, Milo.
Or even just being overly excited over stupid things like the menu.
Yeah.
Like
getting caught taking a selfie. Is that awkward?
Yeah, I reckon it could be. I could see that.
Yeah. When you forget somebody's name after they already told you, so you just have to wait for someone else to say it. That's a ripper.
I'm bad at that.
That is a ripper. And what are you doing that? Like, you're hoping you're in a crowded... in that moment, you're hoping that you're within a meter from other people. You can get other people... Like, when you can say, oh, this is Brett. And then he goes, hey, Brett, I'm... That's what you want.
Yeah.
And... saying goodbye to someone, then realizing you're walking in the same direction.
Yeah, that's horrible.
You've already said that one, but there's so many good ones
countless.
out there. When the cashier says they can help the next customer, but you're still trying to put your change away, that's not too bad. What about when? I don't know if you've done this when you order some food and they go, enjoy, and I say, oh, thanks, you too. There you have it.
There you go. If you've got any any other awkward encounters, make sure you write in. Please send them through. Voicemail's fine as well, Dos, isn't it?
Oh, I'd love a voicemail.
Yeah, we can play it on the show
play it on the
hear
show.
your beautiful voice.
One we didn't say either before we move on is when you don't celebrate your birthday at the best of times. I mean, how many birthday cakes, how many candles have you had to blow out?
Not many.
Not many?
No.
By choice.
Yeah.
My choice.
Probably. I know what you're going to say, and this is probably the reason why.
You don't. When you're sitting there, everyone's singing happy birthday to you, and what do you do?
Should ban it.
That
genuinely ban it.
I actually think that takes the cake, to be honest.
I genuinely think that should be banned.
That is the most uncomfortable situation to be in, but you also need to be appreciative of it. But at the same time, oh God. Anyway, we move on.
Send in your best. Send in any others that you come up with. We'd love to hear them. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit different. As we were trying to basically work out today's show over the last few days, we're like, we typically don't go near current affairs, do we?
No.
Because obviously we batch record, and there's no point us talking about what's happened in the news today, because if this comes out in 3 or 4 weeks, it's gone. No one cares anymore. And even like things that are, trends move so quickly, don't they? Like there could be a trend on social media right now, in 4 weeks, everyone's sick of it, gone.
Yeah.
But what we've done is I've come up with some of these are in the news, some have just kind of happened to us in the last few days. They're I suppose, hot topics. So,
okay.
And I want your take.
What are we going to call the segment?
Well, it's a blatant rip-off of something else I've heard, so we better not say it. But basically, I've got a few questions for you. It's not necessarily rapid fire, but things.
Are you wanting me to elaborate, or?
Yeah, elaborate. We'll both probably elaborate a little bit, but it's probably a unique take on some things that are going on. So, now the first thing we set off the top. Last week's episode, the dos&d show, was with Andrew Rule, which was fantastic. Now, one thing I've noticed, we've talked about this a lot, why so many people find comfort in listening to crime documentaries or podcasts right before they go to bed.
Yeah, weird.
Like people say, I find comfort in it. And then, anyway, I want to know to you, Dos, 2 questions. One, is that a red flag? But secondly, what's your comfort show to fall asleep to?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't think it's a red flag. I myself am not a crime lover. Actually, I'm a bit of a sook.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy. If it's dark outside, don't put one of those on.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
If anything, like we talked about this a few weeks ago with Bet Cole, but I just remember so vividly as a kid, whenever I hear the Law and Order music, I would shit myself.
Yeah.
Like that to me.
Yeah, parents watching it.
So, I mean, I will occasionally put something like, if Garni, the missus, she enjoys that stuff. Weirdly enough, it's the girlfriends that enjoy it.
Yeah, they love it.
But I don't like watching scary stuff.
But what's your comfort show?
What's my comfort show?
What's a show you like to fall asleep
Do you
to
reckon you
at
can
night?
guess it?
Yeah.
I've got a few.
You like stand-up comedy to fall asleep to?
Yep.
When we lived together,
Yep.
it used to be
I still do.
Jimmy Carr a lot.
Yeah, Jimmy
Ricky
Carr was a
Gervais.
lot. Yep.
You love listening to Carl Pilkington
Well,
at
that's
night
what
time.
I was thinking. Idiot Abroad is probably my comfort show.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Idiot
about wrestling? Sometimes you like wrestling.
Yeah, more with a friend. If I'm like, if
Yeah.
we're overseas,
two men are sleeping
in the same bed, saving cash.
Sorry, it's a Royal Rumble, isn't it?
Yeah, we throw in a rumble,
Yeah.
but and then probably the classics, which not so much anymore, but always Friends.
Yeah. Just something you can like. You know it well enough. You don't really want to be invested in. But
Background noise.
Easy, yeah. The Office is probably mine.
Yep.
And do you know what's weird? Old reruns of the Footy Show.
You love that, don't
I'm
you?
really enjoying it. There's some great stuff on YouTube.
Oh, that's so funny because D will often come to me and like there'll be nights when D can't sleep. It's not often, but one night D couldn't get to sleep the night before we were recording.
Yeah,
actually,
last time. Oh,
and he couldn't sleep at all. And some of the things you're rambling off, you were like, yeah, I watched, full episodes of the Footy Show.
Yeah, I watched the entire Big Bill's House 2013. 29 minutes. 3 in the morning and I could not get to sleep. It was so
Big
annoying.
Bill's House.
Yeah. But you know what the great thing is? You wake up and you're down some weird YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You're watching like the 1996 NRL Grand Final. You're like, how did I get here? All right, you brought this to my attention, the Ozempic drug. Am I pronouncing that?
Yeah, that's
correct?
well pronounced.
Yeah. Well, how would you... It's a drug that helps you lose weight quickly, doesn't it?
Well, essentially, I think what it is, I don't know the scientific terminologies, but it's been a drug that people use. I think it might be if it's for type 1 diabetes or one of the diabetes.
Yep.
That's what it's for. I think it's insulin resistant, I think.
Yeah, okay.
It's an injection. But now people are taking it because it's
Weight loss fast.
weight loss. It's making people lose weight faster.
Okay, so the question I've got for you...
Delete your appetite.
Makes
you not hungry.
And apparently at the moment it's very... a lot of celebrities are using it to
Everyone's losing weight
lose weight
in
quick.
the media because of it.
That's not my question,
But
though.
now I think what it is, I think now it's hard to get, like for the people that are diabetic.
Yeah.
which is not
Interesting.
good.
Well, my question to you is, what drug would you like to take that would, and I'm not talking about that would enhance your body image in some kind of way. So would it be an Ozempic type weight loss drug? Would it be a drug that meant, you never have to worry about your hair falling out, or might thicken your hair,
Gee
might
whiz, that's good.
keep your teeth white? I don't know.
Well, let's go through a few of the few things I'm self-conscious about. Definitely that, because why do you think I've got the fringe cut?
Is that
Yeah, no, not the only reason. Something a bit different, but that's like something I'm like becoming more self-conscious about.
So you'd like
is the receder.
So you'd like it not
a
drug that would make sure your hairline never recedes.
I'd probably embrace that. I'd probably go because I'm not going to touch wood. I'm not going to go bald, but I'm going to recede.
Yep.
Because that's what's right in the family, unfortunately. You on the other hand,
yeah, what?
you're going to go bald?
Probably, yeah.
Who knows? I might.
As soon as it starts really falling out, I genuinely think I'm hitting drugs for that. I'm hitting
You got off to Turkey for
no.
replacement?
There's a drug called Bryce. Bryce. I always refer to Bryce as the man of the world. Bryce, what's that drug? It's called there's a drug. I forget what it's called, but it basically keeps you.
No, not the blue pill for premature ejaculation.
Cholesterol? No, it's like I don't know. Clearly I haven't Googled it yet, so I'm not too worried.
You know what I would do?
Finasteride, I think.
I would love a drug or some kind that isn't bad and addictive that will just make me fall asleep in seconds.
Good idea. Like it.
So I can go to bed because I hate sleep.
Sleeping pill.
Go to bed, yeah, but not one that's like. What are some of the names of the well-known sleeping pills? People get addicted and they use. Yeah. Like not one that's bad for you. One that's healthy.
That's about all the time we've got for. No, I'm kidding. All right, we got a few more. All right, we'll get through them really quickly. Dos, I've subscribed to the Herald Sun.
Congrats.
And because I was away for
you
a
were
few
opening it the wrong way as well.
Huh?
I taught you how to open it the right way.
No, I found a new trick, but that's for another time. I've subscribed to the paper because I don't know why. I was away and I was enjoying reading starting my morning by reading, and I've given up a lot of things at the moment.
Do you go to the back first or the front?
No, front first. And it's not, and I get the paper, and I get people going to say, "Oh, why'd you read that?" I get it. You got to read it with a grain of salt. But anyway, it's a whole thing. Yep. But my question for you: what's one old-fashioned thing you'd love to bring back? So I like the idea of reading your news from a paper, not from your phone.
So do you say, when you say bring back, do you also mean get rid of something that's now modernised?
Something that's just something that you just back. It might only be 10 or 15 years ago was prevalent, but now it's kind of died out a bit.
God, that's a good question. I'd love to bring back Bruce McAvaney as the head commentator at Channel 7.
That's not where I was going with that. I was thinking, I don't know.
Mate, can you throw some examples at me?
Woodlog fires seems to be
that's still around. They're still around.
but they're not as in fashion anymore.
Yeah, I love a woodlog fire.
CDs.
Yeah.
Buying your DVDs.
Yeah. DVD. Actually, you know what? One thing I did, and all part of the experience is one day when I have kids, they're not going to get it.
Porno
No, go for your life, son. Here's my Pornhub subscription. No, it would be like video shops.
Yeah, good one.
Like going to a Blockbuster on a Friday night after school, going straight to the PlayStation section.
Perfect. All right. You've just been hit for 6 with your car, like with what you got to spend on. Sorry to bring that up again. I've been hit the same. Outside of your car, what's one thing you really resent spending money on that you just hate?
What do I hate spending money on?
What's like car's a great example. Like no one wants to spend money on a fucking car.
Yeah, car. I don't pay for we have a dog, or it's Garney's dog, but the vet bills.
Yep.
But I also hate spending money on petrol. Yeah, I hate it.
Good idea.
Anything to do with my car.
All right, I'll go 2 real quick ones to finish. I'll cut a couple of them out. All right, Justin Timberlake this week got done drink driving.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Who's your favourite boy band?
That's good.
Yeah.
My favourite boy band would be One Direction.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Either One Direction or Take That.
Take That, yeah.
With Robbie Williams.
Yeah. One other thing that I've recently discovered and reintroduced into my life is Milo.
The drink?
Yeah.
Did Jai get you back on the Milo train?
I got him onto that.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's firm.
I got him onto that.
Are you hot or cold?
Cold. That's not the question. Question is another thing. Something from my childhood. I hadn't had Milo for 15 years, and so I was walking through the
Bit of sugar
supermarket.
in that, mate.
No, I have the less sugar one.
Oh, okay.
And I was walking through, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try that. So I grabbed it. It's fantastic. What's one thing from your childhood, food or drink,
Okay.
that you haven't had for a while, but you're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing that back?
There's one that comes straight to my mind as a kid going to the milk bar and getting a Ribena squeezy.
Oh,
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love a Ribena squeezy.
Yeah. There you go.
One thing I didn't like as a kid was my mother's chow mein. I used to not look forward to that. And actually, what's something else I used to love? Let's just go Ribena squeezy. Is that it?
Yeah, that's enough. As we're running out of time, so see you
That was fun.
Do you enjoy that segment?
Yeah, I actually really did.
Yeah, cool.
Well done.
Thanks.
As you know, D, I love my TikTok rabbit holes.
Yeah, you do.
It's quite dangerous. I spend way too much time on TikTok scrolling. I came across on my algorithm brain teasers, so like random little adult brain teasers.
Brain strains.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Strains.
Brain strains. Yeah, and I thought that would be fun to bring up and throw some at you and find a couple that like the classic riddles, brain strains, make you think a little bit. And I'm terrible with these.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get really angry. I'm actually nervous for this.
We went on a cruise earlier in the year, and the waiters, you have the same waiters every night at dinner, and he would come up with after dinner, he'd come up with all these different, and I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I hated it.
You get too annoyed.
Yeah, I don't have patience, as you know. So let's start with the first one, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
I've got a few to read.
Please play along at home.
Yeah, play along at home. Okay, so a doctor and a bus driver are both in love with the same woman, an attractive girl named Sarah. I don't know if her name's relevant. The bus driver had to go on a long bus trip that would last a week, a whole week. Before he left, he gave Sarah 7 apples. Why?
It's that's simple.
Oh.
An apple a day keeps a doctor away. He's going for a long drive. That's 7 days, probably around the time.
And he's trying to keep the other guy away.
Keep the doctor away. Here's your apple. Give him to one a day and he'll stay away.
Just to let everyone know that I did read D that one last night.
but did I get it right?
You did. You got it right last night. But it took obviously.
It took longer than
maybe
that.
A minute.
But I actually just said to Dos off air, so can you feed me that one just so I get my confidence
Get the crowd up and about.
Yeah,
Make
so
sure
I'm not so stupid. All right, now the competition starts.
Yeah. Okay, this one's okay. Let's see how you go. I left my campsite and hiked south for 3 miles. Then I turned east and hiked for 3 miles. I then turned north and hiked for 3 miles. At which time I came upon a bear inside my tent eating my food. What color was the bear?
So I left my tent and I hiked south.
Yep, south.
I feel like you're going to be good at this.
South for 3 miles.
Yep.
East for 3 miles. North for 3 miles.
Came back and a bear was eating
my food in my tent. What color was the bear?
It's not Goldilocks and 3 bears.
No. It's a hard one.
What color was the bear?
Yeah, that's the question.
South. Oh, hang on. South, east. So have something to do with it. Do you reckon you'd get this?
No chance.
Bryce, any ideas? Connor, any ideas? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be different.
Take a guess.
I'll take a guess. Silver.
White, since the only place you can do that is the North Pole, and polar bears are the only kind of bears that live there.
Oh, because...
North.
Oh, south. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bit of geography.
Next one. A woman shoots her husband. Ouch. Then she holds him underwater for 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him, but 5 minutes later, they both go out together and enjoy a wonderful dinner together. How can this be?
Okay, so woman shoots her husband.
Yeah.
Puts him underwater. Is that it?
Yep.
Brings him up. Hangs him up. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Then takes him out for dinner.
Yeah.
Well, it's because...
I like this one.
This has got to do, like, she's using his skin or something as, like...
Think.
I'm thinking of...
A woman shoots her husband.
Shoots.
Then she holds him underwater for 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him. But 5 minutes later, they both go out to dinner and enjoy a lovely meal together.
Yeah, okay.
How can this be?
Oh, this one's going to kill me.
Really clever.
I love what the boys are thinking. Boys are staring at the ceiling too.
Yeah.
That's hard. Oh God.
You won't get it.
The first thing that came to my mind was freaking what's that? Silence of the Lambs was coming to my mind.
Think like
seen that movie?
the word.
Yeah.
The word shoots.
Shoots.
Yes.
Bean. He's a bean. Mr. Bean. Bean shoots. No.
Think of Bryce is on the money.
He's a photographer.
The woman was a photographer.
Oh.
She shot a picture of her husband, developed it, and hung it up to dry.
Yes.
Interesting,
Old-fashioned cameras.
Okay.
Now I'm getting angry. Now I'm getting annoyed.
A man stands on one side of a river.
Yep.
His dog on the other.
Yep.
The man calls his dog, who immediately crosses the river without getting wet and without using a bridge or a boat. How did the dog do it?
He calls his dog.
Yep. The man is on one side of the river, calls his dog over. The dog crosses immediately.
Crosses the river.
Yep. Doesn't get wet. And doesn't use a boat or a bridge or anything. How did the dog do it?
River's clothes shop or something? Oh, getting close.
Yes.
It's not the River's brand, is it? It's not.
No. But you're close.
Oh,
Something to do with the river.
the River is the name of a pub or the
No.
name of a road?
No.
River.
What's
John Finer and
what's
Little
in the
River
river?
Otters?
No. Like what's water? Water, right?
Yeah.
What can water turn to?
Wine.
No. I mean, I do believe in our Lord and Saviour. But
Oh, hang on. Yeah,
No.
water can turn to ice.
yes.
He froze it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well done.
woo!
Woo. Well done, D.
Thank you.
No, it doesn't turn to wine. I don't know how that helps the dog get over.
Don't know. It just came to my mind.
Next one. I can't be bought, but I can be stolen with a glance. I'm worthless to one, but priceless to two. What am I?
Mirror.
No.
Say it again.
I can't be bought, but I
Can't be
can be
bought.
stolen with a glance. I'm worthless to one, but I'm priceless to two.
Stolen. Any ideas, lads?
It is not a physical thing. I'll give you that.
It's
not an object.
I'm stolen. What is it?
You can steal it.
Yeah.
It's worthless for just you, but for you and someone else, it's priceless together.
A moment, a memory.
You're getting there.
Stolen.
Think of like emotions.
Happiness.
No.
Love?
You get it. Yeah, love.
Really?
Yeah, because
Stolen.
You can
love,
steal it.
Stolen. Got it.
it's
yeah.
shit with you can't
Yeah.
have it with one person.
Well, you can.
yeah. Yeah. Each
You
to
would
their
know
own.
that, wouldn't you?
Huh?
You can love yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you directing that at me?
No, I just wondered if you had a take on that.
No matter how little or how much you use me, you change me every month. What am I?
No matter as much as you use me. Wait, say it again.
No matter how little or how much
you use me, you change me every month. Oh, I've heard this one. Oh. You change. What do I change each? What the? Got it. Calendar.
Yeah, well done. You're on fire.
Yeah.
You're on fire.
Any more? We're done.
Nah, there's a couple more.
Couple.
Yeah, it's probably enough now, isn't it?
Is it one that I could get? Give me the easy of the two. I would like to leave on a high.
All right. Okay. What has cities but no houses? Forests but no trees. A water. Sorry, I'll do that again. What has cities but no houses? Forests but no trees, and water but no fish? What am I?
Atlas.
Oh, you are close.
Globe.
No.
Map.
Yeah. Fuck, that was well done. You dominated that
thank
game.
you,
Well
thank
done.
you.
How'd you enjoy it?
I was good. I was really good.
I
hope the listeners.
I'm glad I was me asking you the questions.
Oh, I got frustrated in the middle when I couldn't get them right.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Hopefully,
Hopefully the
yeah,
listeners
hopefully you did all right.
got
Hopefully,
a
yeah.
few of those right.
yeah, that was actually fun. Well done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
we like gamifying things.
Yep,
so,
we do.
Yeah.
What's on the next segment?
Probably we'll just
Wrap it up.
yeah.
Okay.
There you have it. Another episode done and dusted in the books. D Uncut episode.
What is that?
I reckon this would be episode 3, 4, 5, maybe 206.
We're climbing.
Maybe
We are
somewhere around
climbing.
there. I don't know. You have to see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Mate, A bit different, actually. I liked a couple of those. I loved that thing that you threw at me.
The
What would he call it?
the hot questions.
I like that.
Yeah,
the hot questions.
Yeah,
Something
just a bit
different.
of quick fire.
Maybe I might throw that your way next time.
Yeah, well, let us know, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode. A little bit different. Thank you for everybody that got involved. Thank you to Fleet Plant. Thank you to Golf Box. Can't wait for next month with the new Fleet Plant activation. Maybe we'll have a go at that.
That'd be good fun.
See if we can get ourselves on that leaderboard and beat some of our guests. Next time we're here, we got some big names coming in. Very exciting.
Yep.
So stay tuned, everybody.
Go Avondale Heights.
Go Avondale Heights. Actually, we really wish I said this off the top because we don't do intros anymore to any of our episodes. So please subscribe, like. What do we tell them to do?
Oh, well, YouTube, you watch. You can subscribe.
Like.
Which we want you guys going over to YouTube to watch it because it's the best way to watch it. It's the best way to listen to the shows by watching.
Yep.
And then
hit subscribe while you're there.
Subscribe while you're there. Spotify, Apple, all the good podcast hosts, wherever you listen, subscribe to those.
So if you're not following
leave a review as well.
Yeah, if you're not following or subscribed, hit that button. Follow us on the socials, dos&d_ for Instagram.
Yep.
TikTok is
dos&d.
Facebook.
Dos&d.
YouTube.
dos&d.
dos&d. LinkedIn. We don't have one.
Just go find our personals.
Yeah. And
that's about it.
OnlyFans? Not yet.
We don't have that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Stay tuned for merch. Stay tuned for other good shit.
Plenty of good stuff coming.
Yeah. Love you all. See you next time.